Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 64. And I would like to, you know what we're talking about today? International shipping. What's in here? Let's open it, shall we? Ooh, big surprise. What could possibly be in this big box? Nothing but Tiege Hanley systems that were given away at StyleCon. I didn't realize that 50 level 3 Tiege Hanley systems were so incredibly heavy. Gentlemen, let's get down to business. Did I say 50? 47. It's funny because people are like, oh, everybody comes by my office and like, I want to try Tiege, I want to try Tiege, I want to try Tiege. And I'm like, you can't try Tiege. Actually, I give away the boxes. I want people, anyway, these are staying with me. I think I deserve it. You also deserve the answer to international shipping. We get so many emails. Hey, why don't you send 3 months supply? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? We don't want to pay shipping each month. And so today we're actually going to be talking in depth about international shipping because we've crunched some numbers and we've come to some pretty surprising conclusions. All right, so first things first, I want to just real quick address sort of the comment situation in or on the vlog. From here forward, if you have a Tiege Hanley question, if you're a customer and there's an issue, you've got some issue with delivery, you've got a product issue, you've got any sort of question, it needs to be directed and that needs to go to info@tiege.com. We'll take care of you there. Any comment that is posted here, we're not going to respond to because we don't want our YouTube channel in the comment section to turn into just like, you know, a customer service type, you know, sort of medium. We want you to send the email to where it should go, which is info@tiege.com, and we'll be happy to help and we will help. But leaving comments, yo, Mike? Yeah. Remember the banker I told you about in like 2 vlogs ago? Come on in here, buddy. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here, say hey. Mike, say hey to Tiege Hanley vlog.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Say hey.
Hello. I don't know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, you're talking to all the guys. I told everybody how great you were and that you were gonna find lots of money to loan Tiege Hanley.
That's my job.
Okay, good. Okay. Guys, I gotta talk to Mike. I'll be right back. All right, so that took longer than I thought it was. 45 minutes later. He's such a great guy. I gave him a Tiege kit and just talked, and it was, Mike's awesome. Anyway, speaking of awesome, I think, okay, so real quick, if you've got a problem with anything, you leave a comment down in the comment section of these videos. You're probably not going to get an answer. I'm going to say you're not going to get an answer. It's just not the place. If you got a problem, you got an issue, info@tiege.com, handle it, no problem. All right, we also had a comment from somebody who said, hey, would you get back to talking about business and not just answering email questions? And I think that's a fantastic idea. And so today we're going to address something that is a hot topic around these parts. But before we do that, I would like to say StyleCon is happening as you watch this. And going to be filming a vlog with Rob and Kelly and Anthony. We've got a booth at StyleCon, and it's really exciting because last year at StyleCon was pre-Tiege launch. And so we talked about it, we told people about it, but it wasn't actually a reality yet in terms of, you know, actually selling the products and all that good stuff. And so this year, you know, sort of a year later, and we're kicking ass and things are really moving in the right direction. And so it'll be great to get together. It'll be great to see Rob and Kelly and Anthony and to show everybody at StyleCon what's going on, which is really exciting. StyleCon, real quick, we sold like 300 tickets. And so that's like 120 more than last year. And so that's really exciting. And I'm actually today, as I film this, I'm waiting for Antonio Centeno. He's flying from the Ukraine here to Atlanta today. And we're going to hang out and do a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of work and film a lot of videos. And so I'm doing this vlog now, which is a day before I normally would. Anyway, let's talk about shipping. All right, so as you know by now, we ship to most countries. US, domestic, Canada, Europe, Australia, we ship to most countries. And what we've done is we charge a small shipping fee or an international fee, and that is a shipping charge. And people are upset. They're like, hey, I have to pay a shipping charge every month. This is ridiculous. I don't want to. Why don't you just send us 3 months at a time? And logic would say, yeah, this is a fantastic idea. And so we were like, all right, this is something that if we need to do that and it would save everybody money, then let's figure it out. And so we actually did the numbers. Now, one thing that you guys have to understand is that with shipping, it is so incredibly expensive. And it's not like a standard rate. Like, oh, I want to ship this box to Europe and Poland, and it costs this, and it costs the same if I ship it to Australia and Canada. It's all over the board. It fluctuates. But the biggest thing that fluctuates shipping is weight. And so when we, like, just to show you this box, right? Okay, so a Tiege Hanley system. I love this knife. I just keep it just so that I can flip it open. You will notice in this level 3 box how tightly everything is packed. There is no extra room in this box. Why? Well, because of the weight. We need to keep this at a certain ounce level, or else, boom, we jump up, and I forget what it is exactly. But once it jumps up, it automatically like doubles the cost of shipping. And so, we need to keep this as small as possible and as light as possible. And this goes for domestic. It also goes for international. And so what we did is we actually figured out, okay, well, what if we did send 3 months or 3 boxes at a time? What does that do? And how does it affect the numbers? Because instead of paying 1 shipping charge, you'd only pay 1. The other thing with this small 1 box, actually I'll get to that in a second. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. If we send 3 units at a time, it jumps to over a pound, well over a pound. And that increase alone increases the shipping cost by I think it's like 3 to 4 times what it costs right now for us to ship it. So you would have to pay 3 times the shipping that you're paying right now if we were to ship 3 months. And you're like, all right, well, no big deal, right? Well, it really is sort of a wash. But what isn't a wash is customs. Right now, this is on the customs form. I forget exactly what we put, but most countries you avoid paying customs because this is not a very expensive or high-ticket item. The second we put 3 systems in 1 package, you are guaranteed to be hit with a customs charge in countries that worry about that, which is most countries. And so doing the numbers, if we actually sent a 3 months supply of Tiege Hanley to you, you would have to pay more than you're paying now having it shipped once a month. I know, it's crazy. I was blown away. Actually, Anthony, who works at Tiege Hanley and does all the shipping, we tasked him with, okay, let's do it. And he basically broke it down by like the 10 countries we ship most to, did all the weights, did all the calculations, and it was mind-blowing. There was, I think, 1 or 2 countries that it was sort of like you would save like $1. It was something ridiculous that doesn't have the same like customs fees or something. It was insane. And it blew my mind because I honestly thought, like many of you, like just ship it once a month and I'm good. It's more expensive. Isn't that crazy? So to recap, we send you 3 months, you've got to pay 3 times the shipping charge because it's heavier. You also have to pay now customs fee because it's more valuable. Who knew? Shipping is so expensive. And we use the USPS, and it has pretty good trackability, totally great trackability here in the US domestically. Internationally, in certain countries, it has really good tracking. Some countries aren't that great, and we've actually had to eliminate certain countries because packages just don't show up, unfortunately. Whether or not there are lots of reasons why a package might not show up. But, like I said, we're doing our best. And we know that was a concern of a lot of you out there. It was just paying a shipping charge each and every month. And it does sound like, hey, if it was me, I wouldn't want to pay it either. But it is what it is. We've made the products. And here's the other thing. If you were to go out and buy... I don't like that guy very much. He can wait. Voicemail, sorry. Did I just say that? I didn't tell you who it was. You're more important to me. Anyway, I think we beat the horse on the shipping. In other news, I last week talked about our boy Alan Roberts, the guy who criticized me, Antonio, and Jose. And he actually commented in the last vlog, and he also sent me a text message and said he appreciated the mention. And so I'm excited to meet him this weekend. And I went back and I've watched that last vlog a few times. If you haven't seen it, I recommend going in and watching it. Even if it's just like from like the halfway point to the end, it talks a bit about criticism and how it's difficult, regardless of how big you get, how successful you are. Criticism always hurts. At least it hurts me. And just to sort of tie this all together, I choose, and I mentioned something the other vlog about I'm lucky because I surround myself with people that are uplifting as opposed to a lot of the other YouTube drama that's going on. And that's the other thing. There's so much YouTube drama out there. The fitness community, the gaming community, everybody's like bickering back and forth, all these successful YouTubers. You know how bad I want to smack them? Because here's the reality. All of those little punks, I'll say punks, are making a living making videos. They've got no concept of what the real world actually is. They make videos for a living. And you're going to like I had it bad, right? When I was driving my beer cart, and that's the other, like when I was back in the day, I know how bad it can be, and I know how good this is, and the fact that these people spend their time just bickering and bitching and tearing people down and trying to one-up, it makes me want to smack them in their little spoiled brat faces. Because that's honestly how I see them. YouTube, and the fact that if you can make a living doing this, creating content, being on YouTube, this isn't reality, guys. And that's the thing that I just want you to realize, is that no matter what happens with Tiege Hanley, with YouTube, with me, with Alpha M, I just want you to know how the amazingness of it is not lost on me. The fact that I get to do this for a living and make a good living doing it is something that is mind-blowingly incredible. And not for 1 second do I ever take it for granted. And I don't ever take you for granted. The fact that Tiege Hanley has been what some people would say is like an overnight success. I don't know who would say that. I say it's an overnight success because it is. We started from zero and did really, really well, but it's because of some of the lessons that we've learned and the people we've got working really hard that I don't know where I'm going with this either. I've been a little bit introspective lately, and I think it's one of the conversations I just had with Mike is you never know when all this is going to end. I think a lot of people that are doing this are content creators. They like to think and they live in this little bubble that it's going to last forever. They're going to continue to make, a bunch of money making videos forever. And we have no idea. The deal could already be done, that YouTube was like already sold to some private equity firm for $1 zillion and they're going to stop the way that they do business. They're not going to pay content creators. This all could have already happened. And here all these people are spending all this crazy money. And that's I keep saying, and that's another thing, is that don't live beyond your means. When it comes to business and starting a business, you got to do some things that you might not necessarily like doing. You might need to work a second job, a third job, a fourth job. You might need to drive a crappy car when you see all your friends that have nice, successful 9-to-5 jobs that work for somebody else driving nice cars and having more than you. But if you're an entrepreneur, if this is what's in your soul and it burns in you and nothing else will satisfy that itch or that burn, you're going to be uncomfortable. Do not fall into the trap that you need material possessions, because I'm here to tell you that there is nothing sweeter, no car, no watch, no anything that can even remotely compare to the satisfaction of being successful with an idea that you had. And so every vlog, when I come back and I'm all, I'm sorry or not sorry, I'm thankful, thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. It's not just because I feel I have to, it's because I know that there is no other reason, well, there are a lot of reasons, but you are such a critical component to this success. And I think I'm off track again and off topic. It's been a long day. But if you are an entrepreneur, get ready to be uncomfortable, because if it's easy, you did something. Maybe it's easy for you. Maybe you're going to have that overnight success. And I think that's probably where I was going with that. Tiege Hanley, even though it's an overnight success, there's a lot of really hard nights that went into making an overnight success. I've been YouTubing for 8 years. I've been it's Rob and Kelly, the chemist. We've all done really hard things before this. We're still doing hard things. And this is not easy. It's not like we just flip the switch and all of a sudden it's success. This is hard, and it's going to get harder. But that's part of the journey, and that's what I'm not scared of hard. I'm not scared of failing either. Once you've done that a few times, it gets a lot easier. What I am scared of as an entrepreneur is having an idea and not going after it. I'm scared of having regret. That regret scares the shit out of me in everything that I do. And so I'm going to fail some more. I'm going to screw up some things, and you probably will too. But as long as you get back up, you learn from it, it's all right. You'll heal. You're resilient, you're amazing, and you're beautiful. And just wanted to thank you for your time. This blog was a rambling hot mess, I'm sure. But hopefully you got something out of it, other than a really long explanation of why we ship monthly. Guys, I'll see you next week.